Well, we've been telling you about the Diddy trial. It continues today, day 11, but many are saying that the fallout from day 10 may have changed everything, the entire trajectory of the trial. Yesterday, on Tuesday, day 10 of the trial, we heard some wild testimony from Sean Diddy Combs' former assistant, Capricorn Clark. Clark testified today that Combs had threatened to kill her on her first day working for him. She testified to death threats while she worked for Combs. Once she was forced to take a lie detector test and was told she'd be thrown into the East River if she didn't pass the lie detector test. Capricorn Clark says that Combs fired her for allegedly failing to inform him about Cassie Ventura, his girlfriend's relationship with rapper Kid Cudi. I say it right. And Clark told the jury, he said I would never work again. And all these people weren't my friends, and he would make me kill myself if he didn't do it. Capricorn Clark, who worked on and off for Combs for more than a decade, testified that Diddy, the defendant, and a security guard had shown up to her apartment in 2011 and forced her to drive them to rapper Kid Cudi's home. She recalled him saying, quote, "Get dressed. We're going to go kill this fucker." Bombshell testimony from Capricorn Clark, Diddy's former assistant. Pretty damning, I would say, wouldn't you? And there was more drama yesterday as Diddy's very pregnant former girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, and his trial's star witness, by the way, went to the hospital and was rushed into labor and delivery. Wow. Some possible complications here. I can't get her back on the stand for a while, I'm guessing. Now, we also talked about rapper 50 Cent yesterday and how he is well known to have spoken out about Diddy and how he avoided those infamous parties that comes through so often. Freak-offs, if I'm not mistaken, with tons of baby oil with stuff in it. Rapper 50 Cent responded to his name being mentioned during yesterday's court proceedings. Combs' former assistant, Capricorn Clark, also testified Diddy once threatened 50 Cent after an MTV press event. Clark said she went into an elevator with Combs and an entertainment manager who worked with both rappers, both of them, Diddy and 50 Cent, and both men were having a back and forth. Well, 50 Cent has long been nonstop trolling Diddy on social media. And yesterday, he took to X and posted this, quote, again, 50 Cent, "Oh, my goodness, itty bitty Diddy wants me dead. I have to lay low. I think I'm going to hide out at the playoff game tonight, LOL. At least someone in the industry isn't afraid of Sean Diddy Combs. If even half of what these witnesses are testifying to is true, take some serious balls to come out like that against Diddy. Let me tell you, the names of the people who are being called is insane." So today, an LA Fire Department arson investigator named Lance Jimenez testified. Now, if you recall, we told you about this last week. So Jimenez investigated the bombing of rapper Kid Cudi's Porsche, which happened in January of 2012. This was after Diddy found out that Cudi, I think it's Cudi, I hope it's Cudi, had dated Cassie Ventura, Diddy's ex-girlfriend, or girlfriend at the time, in and off ex-girlfriend at the time. Kid Cudi gave law enforcement 2 fingerprint cards he had taken after Combs allegedly broke into Cudi's home in December of 2011. There's a pattern here, but it turns out that an LAPD officer destroyed the prints in August of 2012. That's what Jimenez said on the stand today. So who really burned those fingerprint cards? Seems fishy, doesn't it? Doesn't really seem at all like how a police department would dispose of fingerprint cards. Well, the defense seized the opportunity to call for a mistrial. I'm not a lawyer. That sounds a lot like a stretch to me, but I think they do that all the time anyway. Sounds like a much smaller part of the trial. The prosecutor said just that. And so the judge rejected the push for a mistrial. Now, we told you about this a week ago. Diddy's former personal assistant, David James, ready for this? Well, he mentioned Barack Hussein Obama and testified that Diddy would take copious amounts of drugs throughout the day, including sometimes taking, well, he would take these Obama-shaped faced ecstasy pills. He was taking ecstasy with the face of Obama on it. Like, it's crazy stuff, right? Now, why on earth would he do that? Sounds pretty twisted to me. Well, I don't know, maybe a thing for Obama. And well, there may have been more to the former president's involvement with Sean Diddy Combs. We'll find out in the weeks to come. Sure would be interesting, wouldn't it? Once again, Combs faces 5 criminal counts, 1 count of racketeering conspiracy, 2 counts of sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, and 2 other counts of transportation to engage in prostitution. Combs has denied all the allegations against him. Plenty more to come in this trial, folks, and we're going to bring you all the updates right here on Bolling. Hit subscribe.